Mountaineer basketball team leaves tomorrow, gets ready for a long road trip. In fact, its longest road trip of the season, 3 in a row away from home. Virginia Tech, Kansas State, and TCU. And joining us right now, the head basketball coach of your West Virginia Mountaineers, Bob Huggins. Good evening, Hugs.
TC, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Did you have a good Christmas?
I did.
Great. Rest a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
So the big question was, what were the young men going to be like once they return from a extended break? I heard they practiced extremely well first day back.
The first 2 days.
Oh, that'd be 26 and 27.
Yeah, first 2 days they were very good. Weren't quite as good today, but we aspire to be better tomorrow. How about that?
That's good. That's good. So conditioning-wise, Hugs, you were good with how they came back?
We ran a lot, Tony, the 26th, I guess it was. Ran a lot the 26th. Ran not quite as much, but a good bit the 27th. And then, today we're trying to do a bunch of half-court stuff and get ready for their half-court offense and what they're going to do half-court defensively. So we didn't run up and down as much, and I think they got a little – after running up and down for a couple of days, they got a little stale.
Yeah. Did you jump right in on Virginia Tech, or did you use the first day just to kind of go over some stuff you wanted to work on?
Pretty much what we wanted to work on. Actually, first probably day and a half, and then at the end got into a little Virginia Tech stuff, and today got into their stuff. Yeah.
How different, Hugs, is this Tech team compared to the one you played last year?
I don't think philosophically that much different. I think personnel-wise they are. But philosophically, I mean, Buzz does what he does like most coaches do. They're into paint touches. They're going to drive it to the lane, penetrate the pitch, run whatever they have to run to be able to do that. And I think defensively he's playing probably more multiple defenses than what he did in the past. But I think that's probably because of the youth.
They lost one of their starters at home during the break here. Breaks his foot, going to have surgery. He was averaging 10 and 7. Chris Clark. So obviously that's a loss, and it takes one player away from their bench. How significant in your opinion?
Well, I think it's significant in the fact that he was a undersized 4. And, undersized 4s like we have in our league, I think those give the guys that if you're going to be a good undersized 4, you got to be able to put it on the floor and draw fouls and drive it at the basket and create. And he was very, very good at that. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll take a dimension out of what they do. I don't know whether they go maybe 4 guards, or 4 perimeter guys anyways, maybe a couple small forwards and a couple guards, or 3 guards and a small forward, or they go bigger, mm-hmm. which they have the capability of doing. And actually their bigs played pretty good against us a year ago, so it would surprise me either way.
After Tech, you dive into Big 12 play. Where do you think you are with this team relative to where you thought you would be at this point as you start to wrap up the non-conference season? Are you ahead of where you thought you'd be, or about right where you thought you were?
We're about to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, you are.
I don't know. I mean, I think we tried to play a competitive schedule, but you have a schedule that, you still can play some games at home and make some money. And, it's great to play all the games in Madison Square Garden and do all those things, but you don't make any money. And the reality is we still need to make some money. So I thought we tried to play as good a schedule, and, something's been said about playing Stetson and Bethune-Cookman. Those were part of the Las Vegas Challenge, which we really had no control over. I thought JMU was a good game for us. I thought they played very well, obviously have played well since then. So, I don't know. I mean, have we played Big 12 competition? Maybe once, Virginia, and we didn't play very well. We didn't handle it very well, so we'll see.
You know, I spend a lot of time thinking. You know that, don't you?
Well, and that's hard for me to believe as busy as you are doing all the other things that you do, but maybe when you're driving.
I've got one word that I think I've got one word to figure out what we need to do here as we get ready for this league. One word.
Okay, I'm ready.
Energy.
I think that's very appropriate. Maybe uncharitable.
Uncharitable.
Yeah, maybe that'd be a good word, but since we throw it around so much.
Yeah.
We work like crazy to get the ball and then give it right back to them for no apparent reason.
Yeah, that kills you when you don't get shots at the basket. I say energy because I just think, Hugs, if we acquire a mindset of being just like irascible, ruthless, get up in your face, that kind of energy that the Mountaineers used last year in the NCAA tournament game against Maryland. We're just like nonstop. We're just coming. That's got to be, as you know, that's got to become the calling card, I think, this team. I think everything else falls in place after that.
I think that's right, Tony. But, you can't steal it and then just hand it back to them. and we've done that multiple times.
Yeah.
And, we've got to stop throwing the ball around the way we throw the ball around. It's great to have force 21 turnovers, but then when you give it back to them 18 times, that's not very good.
No, that's only +3. How have you? What have you been doing to suggest to your team that they stop doing that?
Just told them, please don't do that anymore.
I bet you the first word was please, too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was kind of, please, if you would, please don't do that anymore.
Yeah. For some reason I'm not buying all of that, but that's okay.
Sounded good, doesn't
it? Yeah, it did. This is good. We talked before we went away there for Christmas break there. These first three, Hugs, if you can get these first three, man, that'd be huge. And there's no givens, as you well know, and anytime you leave home. But that would be a huge. I think if you get these three, everyone will feel good, and then they just start playing ball.
I agree, Tony. But you can't get the first three unless you get the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
They've sold the place out. Our guy Witt's down there selling tickets on the street corner, I think. They've sold it out. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a Big 12 atmosphere. It's going to be an atmosphere that we're going to face when we go to, play the Big 12 schedule. So, and that's, I guess that's, kind of what you want. I just don't know if we want, 3 of them in 7 days, and it is what it is. We kind of succumb to television and this whole deal. And, hey, let's just go win games, That's what I told our guys today, we can say whatever we want to say about, it's good, it's bad, it's this, it's that, but the bottom line is let's just go win games. And we go to Virginia Tech, and then Kansas State's playing just lots better. And I think probably they went through a little bit what we went through. They kind of purged some guys that weren't in it for the whole and kind of in it for themselves. And now all of a sudden they're playing pretty good team basketball and playing very well. And then we've been fortunate to win at TCU the last couple of years, but it's been hard. It's not an easy deal. They played very well, and they're opening up the new arena, and which I guess is already open, but I'm sure that place will be packed. And it's just, it is what it is in this league.